Hi guys, so welcome back. I just finished editing my Owls readathon vlog, and I decided to be extra as I am. So as you know, there is this Wizarding Careers guidebook, and I just printed it on regular printer paper. And I saw that some people were doing it on parchment paper, but I don't want to go out and buy parchment paper. They do have parchment-esque paper at Michael's, but I thought I could just make my own. I'm sure you've seen this 1,000 times where you take regular paper and use like tea or coffee to dye it and stuff. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make my own guidebook, which I really want to do because I plan on keeping it, especially for the newts, like in August, now that I'm officially participating. So I just grabbed a little stack of printer paper. I have this tray that I got at IKEA, and I'm just going to make some coffee. I'm probably gonna just put that through again. Maybe I should do it in like a cup and then dump it in here. But I'm gonna do like tea and coffee and just like a whole bunch of different things to dye this paper. Then I have to dry it out probably over several days because it has to be really dry because I'm going to be putting it through my printer. I thought it would be a cool project for you to like follow along and see the results. If it's a disaster, if it works, let's do this. Jeans butter toffee. I actually didn't like this. It didn't have a good flavor turn off, and I'm gonna do like the smallest cup. So I'm just gonna pour this straight on top. So satisfying. I don't think the type of tea matters, but I'm gonna use this Earl Grey tea. I forget if it's loose or if it's bags. It's loose, which that might be quite amazing. So I'm just gonna sprinkle the tea on. That's a lot, but yeah, I'm just going for it all. I'm just gonna use all of it. It smells amazing. Earl Grey is one of my all-time favorite teas. Spread it out a little bit so it's like over all of the paper. I have it all over my hands now. Cup, because this cup is kind of, and I'm just gonna pour this over the tea leaves. Let's see how it works. Oh, I'm gonna have to respread. But yeah, that will activate the tea. I'm wondering if I should do one more cup. Spread it where there's not. There will be more tea sections, less tea sections. It smells so good right now. It's going to be a mix of tea and coffee. So I'm going to kind of leave a couple of areas a little bit less dense, and some are really packed on there. Like this section is really packed. Okay, so I haven't really been leaving it here that long, but I'm worried about the paper tearing. It started tearing right here. I don't know if you can see that. Okay guys, I basically took a little break. It's about 10:10. I'm gonna take these pages out so they don't rip. I'll try to show you again. See how it's ripping right there? So I need to take them out. I also did another tray with clear water so I could kind of rinse them off a little bit and then lay them out to dry. I don't even know how many pages I need. I probably should have looked at that, but I think it will be okay if there's a few that are ripped. That's why I got so many, but we're gonna do that part now. So here's the towel. Here's the one that's actually ripped. I'm gonna rinse it a little bit. Oh, it's really ripped. But maybe that will add to the aesthetic. But here's the first page, if you can kind of see that. It still does have a little bit of tea on it. But here is the first page. It kind of does have like a darker line, but now you can see that rip. It's pretty bad. So yeah, I got a lot of pages to do. I'm catching up on some videos. So this is what I'm doing, guys. Okay guys, I'm still perfecting the technique, but so far I have found if I let it sit for a little while, it gets a better aged look. If you don't let it soak so much, it kind of gets a little bit, but not much. So after I let a couple pages soak, I rinse them, I set them over here to dry for a second so they're not like dripping wet like this one is, because I just took this one out. It has a nice aged look right here on the corner and here a little bit. Same thing with this one. I have taken them outside. I had an old box. It was actually from our new bed. And so I have this, sorry, it's gonna take a second for it to adjust. I have this large cardboard piece over here that I'm bringing the pages out. So here, if you can see that, this one has obviously had way more patina time, but then I let it dry out here. I let it dry a little bit like this, then I flip it over and let it dry on the other side so it hopefully stays nice and flat. I went outside to collect my first couple of pages. So I think this is the first page. Oh no, it wasn't. This was the first page. Remember the big tear? So it still has the big tear, obviously, but it has this great patinaed look. It has like a line here. And it has like some drops and it has that tear, but yet it has a great nice parchment paper feel and look to it. I also got this one, which I think is amazing. This would be a great map, but yeah, so that's what that one looks like. You can't really control too much what it's gonna look like. This is another one I got where I really let the tea sit on there, but the back is pretty light compared to the front. And that's when I noticed, as you can see with this one, that it's just kind of leached a little bit. This side's a little bit more brown and it has some stuff, but this one basically no, like not too much stainage, but it does have that kind of drip down along the edges type feel, and it still has that like parchment paper feel, which okay, I just had a memory card error. That's the second time today that's happened. But page 21, page 22, and page 23, and then one of the notes pages. So if I put it all together very quickly for you, I'll try to show you kind of what it will look like. Altogether, I got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. And one of the notes pages, but some are double-sided, some are just single-sided. But look how cool the edge looks. Look how cool it just looks like as a manuscript. So it'd probably be that thick if I was able to print all of it. But I also thought it would be really cool to bind it with the waxed cotton string that they would use like in the olden times. So olden times, how old am I? Back in the day when they used to bind books. So I think it would be really cool to try to do that when I get my actual parchment paper. But for now, it was just a fun side project to do. And I recommend giving it a try if you need parchment paper for a non-printable craft. So I'll show you what the finished product looks like when I get my actual parchment paper in and I print it and what it looks like. So, okay guys, I'm checking in with you about my Harry Potter read-along magical readathon for the owls. Remember that booklet that I was trying to like make the parchment paper, and the parchment paper came out really amazing. Let me grab it real quick. I actually think it came out really cool, and I love that it looks old and worn and a little wrinkled. However, because of the nature of it like sitting in water and being like wrinkly, it didn't go through my printer very well, and I didn't feel like spending more time and making more paper to hopefully get the right pages. Maybe I'll do that at some point, but for now, these are the pages that I got. Some of them are front and back like I wanted them, and then some of them are not. So most of them are not. That was the problem. In the meantime, to complete the project, I ordered some parchment paper off of Amazon. So I will link this parchment paper in the description box. It will be an affiliate link, but just in case you're searching for some parchment paper to do this with, I got mine from High Gloss. Like I said, all you'll have to do is click my link. This is 30 sheets. And they have different colors of the parchment. I just got the natural, so it's kind of like this color, but you can see they have a variety of colors available. And I'm gonna go ahead and print this career guide. And here is a side-by-side comparison of the Hogwarts professors. You can see this is a little bit more worn and wrinkled, and this is still parchment paper-esque, but it's nice and flat and straight. I think I do prefer this look right here because all the pages are a little bit different. I wish the pages were straighter. And I could possibly iron them out. I just have to do it on a very low setting. But I kind of still do prefer this look. But I think for printing purposes, we're just going to have to go with something like this. So I did print the entire book, and I just stapled the edges like this. And this is what the entire book looks like. It has the table of contents and a little note right here. And then it has all the different jobs or career paths that you can take. And again, this was all created by G at the Book Roast. So it has like the professions at the top, a little bit about them, what their owls would be, what their newts will be, and just like some fun other information about each profession. I just think this is so amazing, and I'm so happy that I finally have it printed on something other than white paper, so it looks a little bit more authentic. Here's some vacancies. Here's a page for notes if you want to write about your particular reading or your owls or your newts or so forth. But I'm so happy to finally have this done, you guys. So let me know which one you prefer. If you like this kind of old parchment paper look better, or if you just like the nice flat pristine version But let me know what you think of this video. I know it's a little something different, but I thought you would enjoy something like that. So I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye.